guys. So, hopefully the wind won't get in the way of what I'm about to say, or the ruach. I remember once I was like learning with an Israeli, and he said the word ruach, and he thought he was talking about wind, and he realized it meant spirit. You know, it depends on the context. So, hopefully the spirit, hopefully the ruach won't get in the way of the ruach of what I want to say. So, guys, I don't know if you saw Bill Clinton, as I like to call him, one of the high priests of the Democratic Party, got up a couple of days ago in front of an Arab audience in Michigan, like standing at a podium that has the names Harris Waltz written on them, and he said, you know, he said like this: the only time Yasser Arafat ever lied to me was when he told me that he accepts 96% of the West Bank and East Jerusalem. And he said we offered it to him and it was approved by Ehud Barak's cabinet, unfortunately. I said, I'm adding unfortunately. And then he said, and then he did not, he refused it. I say Baruch Hashem made him refuse it. Hashem did it, right? Did not allow him to do it. But he refused it. And then at the end he said like this, he said, this goes to show that Hamas had sway over the whole process because Hamas didn't want any of this peace or any two-state solution, they just wanted to kill Jews. And then at the very end, Clinton said, this is what floored me. He said, but everybody knows, and I'm just paraphrasing, everybody knows that the Jews were there first from the times of King David and Judea and Samaria. You know, the kingdoms of Judea and Samaria. I almost fell off my chair, or I stood up and then fell down. I don't know what the heck happened to me when I heard that, frankly. Folks, you know, and I just spoke to Rabbi Kessin about this, and he told me the following. He said, you know, Tzvi, remember when, a few days ago, this comedian came up and made that joke in Madison Square Garden, you know, and everybody got upset. Joke about Puerto Ricans and Puerto Rico. Everybody got upset, and of course it was a very stupid thing for Trump to allow him to do this. Okay, whether or not you think it's funny, I happen to think it's funny, but politically speaking, tactically speaking, it was a stupid thing for Trump to allow him to do this. But he goes, but you see, Hashem unraveled it. How? Because a day later, he literally made Biden say or call all of Trump's supporters garbage, which was even a more horrible, 5 or 10 times more horrible thing to say than what this comedian said. Because it means everybody, it means hundreds of millions of people are garbage, right? The current president is calling hundreds of millions of people garbage, and he's going to rule over garbage if he can, if he stays in power, or if his friend stays in power. He's going to rule over, so to speak, garbage. So Rabbi Kessin said, basically, you see, Hashem is unraveling things for them at every turn. He's literally protecting Trump at every single turn. He goes, you think it was an accident? Of course it wasn't an accident. You think he meant to say it? Of course he didn't mean to say it. He didn't intend to say it, but he means it. You think, he goes, I don't even know why Clinton would say it. I said, well, maybe somebody asked him a question, but even so, he could have just left it at, we offered him and he didn't want, and now we have to figure out a way how to proceed further. And by the way, before he even answered the question, he started making a statement, Clinton, and he said, maybe I should be careful what I say. He prefaced it, but then he wasn't, so to speak, careful. And then he could have stopped at, okay, Arafat, declined, and now we have to figure out a way forward, despite everything that just happened, right? October 7th, everything. But no, he felt the need to add a historical fact that I haven't heard one Democrat say what Bill Clinton said. Maybe I've heard one Republican say that. Maybe like Mike Huckabee or somebody like that. Or maybe Mike Pompeo sort of said that. I never even heard Trump say that, folks. But Bill Clinton, of all people, to come out and say the Jews were there first from the time of King David and the kingdoms of Judea and Samaria. Folks, who who uses the term, apart from people like myself and apart from people like, some of these settler activists that I know, which I'm basically one of them, even though I don't live in a settlement, who uses the terminology Judea and Samaria when talking about this, when talking about Israel? Folks, have you heard of anybody saying it? Bill flippin' two-state solution. Jeffrey Epstein Island visiting Clinton said King David and Judea and Samaria. My friends, I'm no fan of Bill Clinton, but I will say this unequivocally: we are living in the times of Mashiach, and B'ezrat Hashem, it should be a siman, a sign, some kind of a merit for us, for Trump, and for anybody who supports Israel, and anybody who supports goodness, and I don't know, end of evil, let's say. And B'ezrat Hashem, we should see only good things. All right, guys, Shabbat Shalom, and I guess next week, this is the last pre-Shabbat broadcast before the election. And B'ezrat Hashem, I think next week we will have, Frank and I will be doing a live feed from our Rumble channel, which I will post somewhere. Go to our Rumble channel, the Nation of Israel on Rumble. And the show is called Truth Fanatics. And it's going to be, I think, Truth Fanatics episode 254, and it's going to be the live stream. If you go in the live section, you can find us there. And we'll be streaming it, just to watch the coverage and see if we catch any shenanigans, Shanahans, anything of the sort, which we probably will. And, I'm fascinated by Frank's reactions. Not that I get a kick out of it, but, whatever. Yeah. God willing, guys. All right. Shabbat Shalom, and talk to you soon.